Good morning, Paul Georgie from Allendale. It's October 23rd, Thursday morning, and we just got the news from the USDA on weekly export sales. Corn, 1.03 million tons. Trade was looking for 800 to a million. Soybeans, 2.17 million tons sold. Trade was looking for 800 to a million. Most of those sales went to China. I think the trade was looking for some kind of confirmation that China had bought beans on this rally that we've seen in the last several weeks. So the meal, dismal 23,000 tons were sold there when the trade was looking for 150 to 200,000 tons sold. The markets in the U.S. here at the Chicago Board of Trade, we're seeing a little bounce after the announcement of this export sales number. However, China trade overnight was lower in soybeans, lower in meal, with soybean oil slightly higher. So we're not getting that strength in China as in the China markets as we are here in the U.S. So we'll have to watch that and remember that this is old news that we're looking at here this morning on the export sales. We'll see how the markets react after the initial surprise. In the U.S., bean harvest is going very well. We've got producers reporting yields that are outstanding. They're shocked by it. The producer I talked to yesterday finished up his soybean harvest, and on 2,000 acres, he averaged nearly 70 bushel an acre. So that was quite a surprise. Another producers in Missouri is averaging around 80 bushel an acre on some soybeans there. So still very good yields, except for in central Minnesota. We're also hearing some not so good yields there because of too much water in June, and the soybeans just wasn't able to catch up after that amount of moisture. We're seeing basis levels at the crushers in the eastern Corn Belt still firm yesterday. They're still trying to buy soybeans as soybean harvest gets into full swing in the eastern Corn Belt. Producers are resisting lower prices. They're filling up their bins and before they deliver to the processor, to the elevator. So seeing some strength there, but there was talk yesterday on the floor, there's been no confirmation of it, that some of this meal demand that we've got to fill here in the U.S. has been switched to Argentina, and that's continuing to be talked about. There's been no confirmation as of yet. Weather conditions, looking for some moisture to some light rain to move across the Midwest here today and into tomorrow in the eastern Corn Belt. Expecting some very light showers, 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch, enough to stop harvest for a day or so. But expect the next system of light showers to move in to the western Corn Belt on Tuesday. So still going to give us some good progress here for harvest. We expect to see some considerable jump in the harvest progress on Monday when we get the USDA progress report. Brazil weather, they're going to get some rain and getting some rain in the northern areas of Brazil where it's been dry. They're getting some rain now. And expect to get more rain over the weekend. So that should relieve some of the drought conditions in that northern area that has been talked about and help prompt up prices here in the U.S. In the livestock markets, beef values have worked a little higher here overnight, but not enough to keep up with the strength in the cash cattle market. We still got a standoff at the cash levels. Bids are very light. Feedlots are asking $1 to $2 higher than last week. So we'll see where that ends up. Futures in the cattle, however, have been concerning, as we've got a double top on the December futures chart. Many are looking at that. If we don't take that out either late this week or early next week, they're concerned that that could give us some pressure and turn traders into a negative bias rather than a bullish bias led by the cash market. Pork complex continues to get beaten up in the futures and in the product market. Pork cutout values down $2.88 yesterday, continuing to find a weakness in the loins and the butts. The primal cuts there continue to slide, and that is what's keeping December futures under pressure. The cash index is sliding slightly here, and the difference between the cash index and December futures is very wide, so should be getting some support in the December contract of futures for that reason. We did have egg sets out yesterday. We're at 103% of a year ago. Chicks placed were at 101% of a year ago. The cattle on feed report is out on Friday. We've got 99.7% as the trade average for on feed, placed at 101.4 and marketed at 99.2. So we'll have that tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. And just a reminder that the CME is changing the trading hours for livestock. That'll begin on Monday, and we'll have full details and descriptions of that on our website and on the wake-up call tomorrow morning. So if you got any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call here at Allendale at 800-262-7538. We wish everybody a very successful trading day. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Thank you.